have to be in Vegas? No, anywhere. Anywhere.
And like, it's not for us. Once you start hearing things like, you know, we're the A side and we want 10 million and we want, what does Boots? It's like, what, guys? You know, Ortiz has never been a world champ.
What happens when the biggest showdown in boxing isn't inside the ring, but between the promoters themselves?
Come over here. Let's go! Let's go, Ray!
All right, so that you answered the question.
We just witnessed one of the most electrifying moments in recent boxing history. A heated face-off between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. It was the showdown fans had been waiting for. Raw tension, real emotion, and a promise of war. But instead of setting the stage for the fight we've all been begging for, that in-ring stare-down sparked confusion. Suddenly, everyone's pointing fingers. Both camps claim they want the fight, yet both insist the other side's holding it. And it all started right after Vergil Ortiz's devastating knockout win over Erickson Lubin, a night that was supposed to answer questions, but only created more. As Ortiz celebrated his massive win, Jaron "Boots" Ennis and his promoter Eddie Hearn made their way into the ring. According to Hearn himself, they weren't even invited. It should have been an awkward, maybe even tense moment. Two rival camps sharing the spotlight, one fresh off a knockout, the other clearly chasing attention. But then came the first twist of the night. Instead of being defensive, Hearn welcomed it. He told reporters, "They're saying all the right things now. I'm just happy the fight's being talked about." That set the early tone. Ennis and Hearn appeared ready to do business. They wanted the fight, they wanted the noise, and they wanted it soon. But that sense of cooperation didn't survive the night, because almost immediately the first shot was fired, and it came from a respected voice in Ortiz's corner. Legendary trainer Robert Garcia dropped a bombshell. He went public, claiming he knew for a fact that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing had no real intention of making the fight happen. According to Garcia, Hearn's appearance was nothing more than a publicity stunt, an attempt to hijack Ortiz's spotlight. He even claimed Team Ennis already had another opponent and dates secretly locked in behind the scenes.
He doesn't want to fight Vergil. Boots is not going to fight Vergil next. You know, whatever they say, oh, there's a signed contract already, that's all. You know, there's Boots is not going to fight. You know, Boots is not going to fight Vergil next. You know, he's going to show up. You know, why didn't they call us up and invite us to his fight 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Whenever he just fought recently. You know, you come to ours, we go to yours. We know we promote the fight. That would have been the perfect idea to do. But you know, they want to show up. You know, and they are going to show up. That doesn't make a difference. You know, Vergil's going to do his job. But you know, that's just kind of like trying to get the media, the press to believe that they're ready for the fight. I know they're not. I know they already have a date where they already have, you know, a possible opponent already. So it's all part of the show, part of promoting the event, part of promoting his fighter, and Eddie's doing a great job.
In an instant, Garcia's accusation flipped the entire narrative. Overnight, Eddie Hearn went from dealmaker to deceiver in the eyes of many fans. The claim painted him, and by extension Jaron "Boots" Ennis, as the villains of the story, the ones supposedly afraid of the challenge, hiding behind negotiations and doing everything possible to avoid the fight they'd been publicly calling for.
Sorry to break it to you, but if Vergil Ortiz does not fight Jaron "Boots" Ennis next, and he fights Errol Spence, well, it's not a duck. No, let's not forget that Jaron "Boots" Ennis had a contract on the table to fight Vergil Ortiz, and Boots dug Vergil. Should have never been no Vergil versus Boachuk or Majamov. It could have been Boots and Vergil. So I'm not going to hold Vergil Ortiz to the fire if he doesn't fight Boots, because let's be real, let's be honest, Vergil Ortiz got a lot of options in the 154-pound division, right? And Errol Spence, he's a bigger name, more accomplishment, bigger superstar. And if Errol Spence and the Ugas could do almost 40,000 people in attendance in Dallas Stadium, imagine two Dallas fighters and Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence in Dallas Stadium. And to be honest, the only blemish in Errol Spence's record is losing to Bud Crawford. And Bud Crawford went to 168 and beat Canelo Alvarez. It's not as bad as it used to look like, because now Turnbull Crawford is in GOAT conversation.
That claim lit the fuse. Eddie Hearn snapped back hard, calling the accusations pure lies. In a heated interview, he insisted, "We have no opponent, no date. Nothing planned for Boots." It wasn't just denial, he was clearly offended.
Robert said that he knows beyond a shadow of a doubt you guys aren't going to take the fight, that you guys already have an opponent for Boots, already have a date for him, and it's not Vergil.
We have no opponent. We have no date. We have nothing planned for Boots Ennis. We just want Vergil Ortiz. He is the #1 choice. He's our sole focus.
He even sent a message to Robert Garcia, calling him a friend and making a bold promise. "We want this fight badly. I'm so sure Boots beats Vergil Ortiz."
Do you know what I mean? But I don't think he will. I think he's a very good fighter. Robert is one of the best trainers in the world. But I probably like Robert, you know, I classed him as a friend. Like, I'll tell him, from me, I promise we want this fight. Because I'm so sure Boots beats Vergil Ortiz. Vergil wants the fight, I have no doubt. Does the father? Does Robert Garcia? Does Rick Meridian? Probably not. Does Oscar De La Hoya? Probably not.
He mentioned the terms have to be right. There was a little bit of
but all that
there.
kind of stuff, that's like, the terms always have to be right. Guess what? We sat in an office with Oscar De La Hoya and agreed the terms. So how are they all of a sudden not right? But listen, if there's a negotiation, there's a negotiation. But don't start with we're the bigger name, we're this. We were there on Saturday, the crowd was okay.
Hearn went on the offensive, passionately defending himself and flipping the narrative, portraying himself as the confident, honest promoter being unfairly attacked. But the drama didn't end there. As the dust settled, attention shifted to the other giant in this saga, legendary promoter Oscar De La Hoya.
It's that time. Let's get this money and let's make this fight happen.
It does matter, because you said that we're the ones talking. We're not the ones talking. Oh, we started talking after you guys started talking. It's retaliation. It's retaliation.
Your manager's talking all crazy. Oscar's talking crazy. It's the time, and I'm gonna make you pay for everything they.
Suddenly, reports surfaced revealing the real obstacle. Oscar De La Hoya, Vergil Ortiz's promoter, was allegedly demanding that Ortiz be treated as the A-side in all negotiations.
Yeah. Is that gonna be a heated debate by Eddie Hearn? Do you think he's gonna say my guy's the guy? I mean, how can he say that?
Oh, he better not. I mean, there's no question that I have the man. There's no question that Vergil Ortiz is the man. So I feel that these negotiations will be negotiations, just like any other fight, and it'll go back and forth. But at the end of the day, Vergil Ortiz is the man. Yeah.
Oscar Spence was in the arena, in the building. I don't know if you saw him. Errol Spence.
Oh, I did see him.
You did see him. We've talked about this for 5 years. We talked about it at the Arlington press conference, filling up Jerry World with him and Vergil.
Imagine that. Vergil is in such a good place right now. If we don't get favorable negotiations, then we can always go to Errol Spence, or we can go to Fundura. So there's a lot of options for Vergil. I know the world wants to watch Boots Ennis versus Vergil, but let's get one thing straight here. Vergil is the man.
This whole A-side, B-side debate is the same poison that's ruined countless super fights in boxing. It's all about ego and money. Who enters last, who gets the bigger purse, and whose name comes first on the poster. With De La Hoya refusing to budge, it became clear that Hearn might not be the only one, or even the main one, blocking the fight.
What's your response to Oscar De La Hoya saying that, Vergil is the A-side in the Boots fight? He had a fantastic performance against Ruben.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't care who he's on what side, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't see how is he the A-side. I don't know. I mean, what makes you the A-side? I mean, he's never won a world title, right? Boots has been a world champion. He's unified the division. I mean, I just think they're two great fighters. A-side, B-side, Z-side. I don't give a fuck. Make the fight. Like, once you start hearing things like the terms have to be right, and we want 10 million, and it's like, whoa, guys, like, do you actually want this fight or not? The terms have already been agreed in a room. Now, if we have to negotiate, we negotiate. But let's not mess the fight up because we're pretending one guy has more than the other guy. Neither of them have a belt, right? They're just number one and number two in the division. But for me, we're number one. But I'm not standing here going, we're number one. We're the A side. I don't care, because all that means is you don't want the fight. So if you truly want the fight, let's get to the table, let's continue those conversations, and let's give fight fans and
The situation quickly spilled onto social media, with the fighters themselves joining the drama. Vergil Ortiz Jr., in a now famous tweet, slammed Jaron Boots Ennis's manager, Jaron Ennis, over failed negotiations. Ortiz claimed he was ready to take the fight when offered, implying that Boots was the one who turned it down.
If you truly believe that you're the best, make the fight, and it'll be really interesting to now see if they truly believe. Because the fight's there, the fight's done, the money's there, the pay-per-view's there. I mean, it's a massive fight, but you can find an excuse if you don't want to do it. So we'll see. And both guys, Vergil's what, 27, is it? I mean, Boots is 28. God, I mean, what a fight. How often do we see these fights when our guys are past their best? We don't need to, and there's no one else to fight at the moment. So Xander Zayas is fighting Baru, or whatever his name is. Fundora is fighting Thurman. Mursalayev's fighting Kelly.
In the end, it's an unsolvable mystery. Eddie Hearn claims he has a signed contract and is begging for the fight. Oscar De La Hoya talks about A-side negotiations. And Vergil Ortiz points fingers on social media. Hearn's public freakout made for incredible television. But was it genuine frustration from a promoter trying to secure a legacy fight for his fighter? Or a calculated performance? Playing 5D chess while knowing the fight might never happen? The truth is tangled in contracts, egos, and decades of boxing politics. And as always, the fans are the only ones guaranteed to lose. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.